Node graph out of date rebuilt. University assignments forgotten. Cheap mic acquired. Yep, it's the detailed analysis of Hunt Down the Freeman Part 2 time. What's poppin', gamers? AdSky here. Welcome to the second part of my series where I review Hunt Down the Freeman in excruciating details, pointing out things that nobody else did in their reviews. If you missed the first video, you can find it right here. It will be useful to watch it before this one, as you will need some context of what happened before. Now, I won't stretch the introduction for too long, as I saw the viewer retention rates on the previous video. The last time we stopped after meeting Adam, a former Black Ops sniper who offered to show us a shortcut to the remains of military, and in return we would take him with us. Mitchell agrees to the proposition, and thus we enter the next chapter of the game.
Adam, are you sure this is a shortcut?
That's the fastest way to Brandon Street, trust me.
Smells like shit.
Oh, Mitch, if you did not like it in there, you'd better not look at this. 50 years of technological progress led us up to this moment, when the 2D PNG sprites of combined ships literally fade out into the horizon. I'm sorry, I thought we were playing a video game, not a Premiere Pro beginner project. At least this three-dimensional gunship is here to distract us from the misery above. The only option I was left with was to run for my life. Finally, we reach a plateau, which too obviously was an arena. On this arena, we are ambushed by 8 hunters.
It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground!
At first, I expected it to be a fairly challenging combat situation, but it quickly came to me that their HP was significantly cut, because they died quicker than the combined aliens we've met before. After killing them all, the gunship disappears, and for a moment it seems like everything is okay. However, killing them sends you to hell, my personal hell, where I am being bombarded by a dozen of headcrab capsules and subsequently am attacked by dozens and dozens of these parasites. Honestly, everyone seems to regard headcrabs as these cute basic Half-Life mascots that everyone loves. I hate them. I hate them so much. Every time I've played Half-Life, Half-Life 2 or Black Mesa, they would not miss a chance to score a hit on me for 10 points of my health. Even if you see them clearly, there is no guarantee that you'll be able to hit them before they hit you. Now, here I am, being attacked by a small army of headcrabs. The only thing that saved me was the easy difficulty that was set automatically and that I decided to keep. Adam, please help me, I beg you!
This is my chance to go.
Thank you, I'll take this chance. Another Fade to Black. As you see, it is a favorite tool of the developers to transport Mitchell around the city. In a Half-Life game, it of course works horribly, but considering the specific game we are playing, I might cut them some slack this time. Now, this Fade to Black leads us downtown. We immediately encounter a set piece where soldiers are fighting against the aliens that arrived through a portal behind their backs. Don't rely at them too much, as they have a serious disadvantage in the battle and will die too quickly. The obvious conclusion was to kill all aliens and go that way. Of course, even with a machine gun, it took me much longer than I would want it to be. My biggest mistake there was shooting the one remaining alien in the portal, as it apparently spawned a dozen more, whom I had to annihilate once again. 5 minutes of my life spent on Hunt Down the Freeman just to realize that it is not where I was supposed to go. I was only supposed to jump into a hole in the ground. There I found a small army outpost where they fight against a strider. Okay, maybe fight is not the best word to describe it. The strider is the only one shooting, while the soldiers just repeatedly yell,
Move! 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 Move!
while the strider kills them. No, still wrong. The strider clearly shoots the soldier a few times in the head and the soldiers do not care. Yet when I do it, he dies instantly. You can kill your ally soldiers as much as you want and they won't do a thing to you in return. After finally figuring out where to go next, our task is to pass the angry strider, who immediately targets Mitchell over the brain-dead Marines. The only way to go is into this garage. As you crouch inside, you can hear the strider firing his laser in your back. Yet, in fact, there is no laser. It plays the animation and the sound effect, but that is all. The garage turns out to be a much bigger parking lot than I initially expected. It is immediately distinguishable as an arena, and immediately I hate it. It is too dark, the enemies see me better than I do them, and suddenly this happens. The explanation: manhacks. For some reason, manhack damage was boosted greatly and they can almost instantly kill you in 2 attacks. Luckily, the HP was same as always. The parking lot leads us forward into weird lonesome corridors. Your task here is simply to find a wire that will allow you to power up a door and progress further. What is interesting, in Half-Life 2, this seemed to be a piece of alien technology. The slots are way bigger than you would usually see on our tech. Here, however, it is used to power our human technology. Is there still a point in pointing out every law inconsistency in the fucking Hunt Down the Freeman? Oh, hello, Adam.
Good to see you, Mitch. Fucking hell out there. Here, take my gun. Take good care of her, alright?
Interesting how easily he gives away his gun. My guess is that the developers gave him a regular weapon, because they did not or could not teach a dynamic moving NPC to use a sniper rifle. Kudos to them for at least thinking about the detail of the sniper rifle needing to go somewhere. The next black screen teleports our 2 characters nowhere. What even was the point in doing the fade out? Half-Life's changed maps without black screen and it looked much better. Oh, wait, I was wrong. The fade out sent Adam and Mitchell to the parallel universe where the parking lots are directly connected to the metro stations. That explains a lot. Finally, an interesting new set piece. It is nothing big, but at least it is something. Your mission here is to pass the Claymore field without sending yourself to Borealis too early. It is fairly easy because the distance between the Claymores is fairly long, damn it, to let you pass.
Ceasefire! Ceasefire! They're human. Well, look who we got here, boys. A Black Ops and a Marine. Hoorah! Let me introduce myself, son. I'm Colonel Q, but you can call me Sir.
Colonel, I met some of your men, Nick and Brad, at the hospital. They said you have a plan to get out of the city?
That's right. We do have a plan. We'll run away.
Where can we run away? Those aliens are everywhere.
That's where you're wrong, kiddo. This picture came from our contact, Captain Roosevelt. It was taken in California. They're in the air and on the ground.
Not on the sea.
Correct.
What? I'm sorry, what? Are you trying to tell me that your plan to hide from the intergalactic cosmic combined super empire is to float in the middle of the ocean? What about the scanners? What about the combined airships, orbital stations, satellite scanning? No? What about the need for nutrition, water, food? No? Okay, no problem then.
But there's no sea in New Mexico.
Well, that's why we're going to California. But first we need this goddamn train to move. Someone has got to get past those zombies, get in the control room, and activate the train. Any volunteers? That's real brave of you, Larry. Your country's proud of you.
Hello? Me? I did not volunteer, sir.
If your mother was alive, she'd be proud of you, son.
My mother is dead?
You might die, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Did he just make this Shrek reference?
Do your Marine thing. God damn it. Didn't your mom ever tell you not to touch people? Y'all motherfuckers need Jesus.
Are you alright, Colonel? Why do you keep saying it? Okay, I'm going.
Do your Marine thing.
Will you shut up already?
Ooh, don't touch me there.
Do your Marine thing.
Don't touch me.
What the fuck is wrong with all of you guys? Okay, there are only a few zombies. Reactivating the train should be easy, and it was.
Stop it.
Shut the fuck up, Larry! Oh, hi Nick.
Colonel, welcome to Station 8. Colonel, you need to see this. It's the President.
Oh no, I know you've been waiting for this. For those of you who are familiar with the content of Keemstar. I myself am not particularly familiar with Keemstar's content because I was not watching English language content on YouTube at the time he was especially popular, so I have neither many jokes on the topic nor many things to say in general. But people seem to be very obsessed over the fact that he voices the US president. Just a tip from a Ukrainian. A few years ago we also laughed at a particular person playing a president. Nobody's laughing now.
My fellow Americans, as your President and Commander-in-Chief, it is with a heavy heart that I'm informing you that we have made a strategic decision to surrender to the alien invaders known as the Combine. Right now, this is the best chance for our survival as Americans and as humans. This has been the hardest decision of my life, and I did not do so lightly. As Americans, and indeed as human citizens, we have never willingly surrendered to oppression. And this very idea is anathema to our core values and everything we hold dear. Yet, the fact and hard truth remains that we lost this battle for now. And believe me, we will live to fight another day. We shall return. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.
I never voted for this guy.
I guess you don't understand the situation, my friend. We're all dead men walking.
Those things. The only thing we know for sure is those things are smarter than we thought. Think about it. The first hour they come through the portals, but not just random locations. First those motherships targeted the military bases. So they cut all the firepower we had. Then they released the grunts to the populated areas, cities. It's like they know the way we are. They know our weaknesses.
Those creatures can be many things, but they're not stupid.
Do you know something we don't, Black Ops?
Well, I guess I do.
Well, maybe you should open your mouth and start talking.
The aliens are coming! We've been compromised!
Spit it out, Corporal!
Oh, Colonel. We are so fucked.
Oh yeah, that was Pyrocynical. Honestly, I feel like I'm missing out on a lot of enjoyment that I potentially could have gotten from the game, because all the YouTuber guest stars are creators whose content generally does not interest me. I mean, they even got Michael Green to voice act for Colonel Q, Michael Green from the Angry Grandpa show. So many treasures in one game, and I cannot fully appreciate any of them. Never mind, let's proceed. One of my favorite segments of the game is coming.
Everybody take possession. Mitchell, you gotta get that door open in 15 minutes. Move, move, move!
Talking about smart aliens, these guys are stupid as fuck. I wonder how they even managed to conquer the Earth. They kind of just run up the stairs one by one and get shot infinitely. We could sit here for the whole eternity and the game would continue because Combines barely could make a single step before getting shot. But the only way to progress is to destroy these conveniently out-of-place crates and rotate the valve. It's not like so far Berkat Denizarian has not been rotating valve on his dick. Crawl under the gate, open it completely from the other side and keep going together with your military friends. Don't worry, one of them decided to stay behind, so the whole Combine army will be preoccupied with trying to eliminate him first. Don't worry for him as well, he's immortal. Have you been feeling down recently? Do you think that your life is too linear and straightforward? Have you been wondering why there are no instant time skips in real life? Don't worry, another Fade to Black in Hunt Down the Freeman got you covered. This one teleports us to the train station that… Oh my god! I'm sorry, what the fuck is this? Who the fuck is responsible for this? Like, I'm not complaining, I play this game for the moments like this one, but it is still perhaps the worst map of Hunt Down the Freeman, at least of yet. Like, this is just horrible. Guys, I have Google Photos. I had Google Photos in 2018, so you should have had them too. And I know how the Albuquerque train station looks. It looks beautiful. And what in the name of Breen is this? A giant symmetrical dome with the roof made out of cheap aluminum? You can find these kinds of roofs in the countryside. They use it to cover barns and depots. What is this fog? There was no fog before and suddenly there is. Where is the train station entrance? Where do you buy tickets? Why is the railroad ending in the fucking Albuquerque, New Mexico, not far from the middle of the US? Why would the railroad end here?
Who is responsible for this mess?
Excuse me for that one. I thought I could no longer be surprised by the game, but even seeing this misery before, I still cannot understand how they could create something this bad. Oh, who cares? Let's just wait until our train arrives and leave this wicked location. God, I'm glad I'm playing on easy difficulty, or trying to find the train among the hordes of enemies would kill me in every possible meaning. Okay, at least that segment is over, and the worst part is already behind. So, apparently, this is how New Mexico looks. Well, it is a step away from the landscapes of Half-Life 1. Step into the endless abyss of Source 1 flatgrass maps of 2006. I mean, this is just beautiful. You simply cannot go further than this. The map cannot be ugly if there is no map whatsoever. This segment was the first thing I remembered when witnessing beautiful landscapes of Metro Exodus from the train. Honestly, after what I have seen just now, the teleporting out of nowhere minigun was not even that impressive. However, despite acquiring the minigun, I still have not seen any enemies. This writing is starting to seriously concern me. So, apparently, I got a bug that disables the AI on this specific segment. Took me some time to search the web, but kind people helped. To fix it, you just have to type in the console svcheats1, then AI no rebuild graph 1 and finish with a good old AI resume. Then load the game and voila! It works once again. Interestingly, this bug was not present in Hunt Down the Freeman 1.0, the most buggy version of them all. Suddenly, a gunship shows out of the mist. You have guessed it right. The next segment completely consists of Mitchell wielding a minigun and shooting down the attacking gunships. And if you think it is boring, well yeah, they have obviously aimed for the feel of those directed epic video game segments where you just press one button and enjoy the dynamic set piece the developers created for you. I could even argue that one of such segments was the airboat segment from Half-Life 2. Here, you just quickly get tired of the monotonous destruction of the same type of enemy. On the other hand, the whole absurdity of the situation does not allow me to hate this game. You, Sergeant Mitchell, use a minigun that was teleported to you from another dimension to shoot dozens of enemy gunships while standing on a rooftop of a train that rides through the fucking GM flatgrass. And all of this is accompanied by a decent rock track and soldiers repeatedly shouting. This is perhaps my favorite Hunt Down the Freeman section. This is the train minigun section that I have promised you before. And what is the funniest part? It only ends when you lose all of your railway carriages. The game practically makes you lose, and the better you play, the longer is your suffering. God, I wish Hunt Down the Freeman 2 was a thing.
Welcome to Nevada, boys.
Oh, I see you were using the 53 bucks Trust Gaming GTX 232 Mantis streaming PC gaming microphone as I do. His voice just contrasts with the rest of the characters so much.
Where's the rest of you?
They're dead. All of them. Combine got them.
Colonel Q?
Dead.
Shit. He was always a tough bastard.
Toughest son of a bitch I ever knew.
I'm Lieutenant Harvey, and these are my men. 5th Ranger Company.
Sergeant Mitchell. Adam. Nick.
Alright, Sergeant. We got 6 hours to make it to the beach. The roads to California will take a few hours, then we're gonna stop by the warehouse to get some supplies, and people too if we can. We're expecting some heavy combat with Combine on the way. You guys take this one. One of you get up on the gun and follow us. Rangers, lead the way.
And this is where I end the second part of my Hunt Down the Freeman detailed analysis series. Stay for the next part to find out what happens in Nevada, what cheap microphones will other characters use, and why does this man say
A spider with a huge vagina.
Spiders with vaginas.
Also, if you watch this video as it was just posted, I'll let you know that either tomorrow or the day after tomorrow I will be streaming the 2016 demo of Hunt Down the Freeman live on this channel. This is my official invitation for you to tune in and have an interesting conversation. Be sure to press the like button and write your comments to encourage me to continue creating as fast as my procrastination allows me. Now I'll give you an actual YouTuber insight, no jokes. The only thing that motivates a creator more than his revenue are the views and the comments. And since my channel is currently too small to apply for a YouTube partnership, these two are the ones that motivate me to keep going. Until then, I go back to my kebab booth and see you next time.